Cool. Well, yeah, if you want to just kind of show us around, we'll just start there.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if there's something that I'm pretty proud of or we're known for is our company culture.
Absolutely.
Let me walk you down here. So with the COVID, we've really had to reduce the amount of training, but we've developed our REPS program.
Okay.
And our corporate name is RIMCO Inc.
Right.
And it's RIMCO Educating People, Creating Synergy. So we're very aggressive in training, and I think of running a company like running a football program, right? Everybody's got to know the play.
Right.
And we practice and practice. And hopefully you'll get a chance to see the new building today.
Right.
We're putting in an 80-person training center.
Wow.
And we're going to offer training to the community, free,
Wow.
in the evenings. And, you know, I just really believe in that. It's the only way to get really great. I was really big into RecMaster. I really subscribe to, you know, training, get better.
What can we do to get better? What can we do to improve? Totally.
Yep. And one of the things that we do is we follow the Toyota production system here at In the Ditch. And it's really just a state of continuous improvement. And one of the things that really resonated with me with Toyota is that at the top of their leadership is respect for people. And, you know, we really want to give people a sense of purpose. So one of the things that we do is communicate.
Right.
So I wanted to show you, this is our internal website.
Okay.
And so when you go out into our shop, we have about 106 employees.
Wow.
Every one of them has a workstation in front of them, a PC. Most of them have 2 televisions. And so
they know who's coming in that day, or who's,
Yep.
or what's going on. And,
yeah, the other day Zips was here.
Oh, cool.
On a tour. We didn't say you were coming because we wanted this to be, you know, just off the cuff.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
We're always messing with people. This is one of our engineers, and this is one of our other engineers. Well, this guy had a Budweiser shirt on in the ride, and so we put one of the other engineers' face on, #1 fan.
That's awesome.
Our marketing department does all of this.
Wow.
And but it's a way to really. Oh, so like we come out with our short. So it's short season again.
Too much. Much too little.
And just right.
That's great. That's great.
They have on it, I used to say on here, no spandex or gym shorts prior to 1980.
That's awesome.
But we do occasionally bring back Dave Z. Duke Wednesdays.
Oh, there you go. You got to have it.
Absolutely.
You got to have it.
But we have a lot of fun. Let's see, I was trying to see. It's been a good way to communicate during the COVID. I'm going pretty fast.
Well, and it's really cool. It's such a unique culture, like you said, that you guys have built. When somebody comes in, there's their name, there's their truck or motorhome that they just purchased. I mean, it gives them a sense of family and importance, and they walk in and just, wow, they really care about my purchase and my investment that I've made for myself. That's so cool.
It's kind of a big deal because your mom and dad, I got goosebumps. I don't know what it was, 20 years ago. 18, 20 years ago that they come in here and they were like, we want to buy a car carrier to haul snowmobiles. And maybe that was the truth.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
We'll tow a couple cars, but mainly it was to haul snowmobiles.
Wow, I did not know that.
And they bought, and so Roadway, Best Ray, Boise Valley, B&W, all these, Naylor Towing, Airport Chevron. A lot of these people, we've been together now for 20 plus years. Yep. I mean, I got to see you grow up, and it's just been really cool to stay together for that long.
Yeah, definitely. It's saying a lot.
That's saying a lot,
because
you know, everybody's had relationship issues.
Yeah.
And you know, Louis Bambauer out of California, from Orland, he's up, and we want him to feel welcome tomorrow when he gets here.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that about IDBS. Very cool.
Here's our company culture. I just wanted to point out a couple of them. So when you come to work here, we really drive home our culture, and we have it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's huge.
So you know what you're getting into. We have tough rules to work here.
Yep.
Donnie Cruz really brought this one home to me, be a team player. So you're always trying to make the other person look good.
Yep. Never talk that bad about another employee.
Yep.
Right.
But more than that, if welding wants our powder coating department to look good, they're going to give them a part that's ready to coat.
Yeah.
And if shipping wants final assembly wants shipping to look good, they're going to give them a product ready to go on the box.
Yeah.
It's
you want them to work together as a team.
Yep.
So if you talk good about them, they're going to want to do good for that person, and you're going to want to just be a team.
But it's beyond just talking good. It's all about
performing.
Just performing and trying to make them look good.
Yeah, definitely.
We all hold hands when we cross the street.
Okay.
So to us, that means this is the street of life, right? And if this company goes broke, we had an employee that had lost a daughter last week, and we wanted to make sure we wrapped our arms around them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And we're not going to kick each other out into the street, so we hang on to one another. When this COVID hit, with 106 employees, we had to find a way to keep going. Don't take what's not yours, and that just isn't stealing. That's, the tools and the equipment here, they're not yours.
Yeah.
And so if you care about the next person, you put it back. I think of a tow truck. If two guys are sharing a tow truck, number one, you got to understand, it's not yours.
True.
And if you care about the other person, you're going to put everything back so that they can be successful.
So they know where it was, when
and it isn't just putting it back, it's cleaning it out, it's making sure there's pins, wiping the floors, keeping the glass clean.
Yeah.
Here's a big one. If you hurt someone, say you're sorry.
Yeah.
So, I've had to do that.
Hurt someone's feelings and be man enough to apologize for it.
Build them up, crush them, and then apologize.
And not to build them back up. Yep.
But you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to say, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, then we wanted to define what it takes to be a leader around here. And this really came a lot derived from Toyota, but number one, we're looking for people that are committed to self-development. If you're not looking to get better as a person, you just can't become that leader.
No, and it's the same thing with the company. That's something I've learned from you. If you're not growing, you're dying.
Absolutely.
So you constantly have to be progressing in everything, business and yourself.
But yeah, you've got to want to do it. There's people that have no interest in that, and they just can't be a leader.
Yeah, true.
You got to understand and represent the culture. I got to know, Dustin, after work, if somebody says, what's this all about? Hold hands when we cross the street. You got to be able to
understand what that is. Yep, definitely.
Coach and develop others. We believe it's your responsibility to teach others. And we believe in the teach and learn, teach and learn. Support daily improvement. And you got to participate.
Yeah.
When you're out practicing, or you and Mike rolling cars over on a weekend,
just sit there and watch.
You got to get involved. You got to show up.
That's how you learn.
It's just, you don't.
Yeah.
I always liked, Zig Ziglar said, you don't have to be great to start, but you got to start to be great.
That's good.
In 100% of the cases, if you don't take the first step, you'll never take the second one.
That's very true.
Won't spend a lot of time on this. These are just some of our Toyota lean philosophies. We teach our two-bin Kanban system. Think about it as a football program. Like, okay, I do want to tell you, each one of these tests, when you study it and learn it, you get a 25-cent an hour raise. Because I'm a capitalist.
There you go, yeah.
Pay you for performance.
Yeah.
Donnie Cruz always used to say that.
I like that.
If you want to earn more, you got to learn more.
True. And work harder, and that's
But
awesome.
you become more and more valuable to us as an organization the more you learn.
True.
An example, we use words like poka-yoke.
What is that?
And that's a Toyota term.
Oh, is it?
It means it's a device or procedure to help prevent the generation of most defects. So poka-yoke, that outlet, you can't put a different size plug-in in it.
Right.
Shackles, maybe you want to poka-yoke them so you couldn't put the wrong shackle. Our side puller, we have a poka-yoke in it, and nobody even knows that.
I know what that is.
The holes in the side for the shackles.
Yep, I knew exactly what it was.
Yep. a few people said, would you make them holes bigger? And we're like, no, because we don't want you running a bigger shackle. We want the shackle to yield
That's
before
supposed to be the shackle
truck.
for the
Exactly.
job. Yep.
But if I tell you, why don't you go, if you're struggling with something, I say, well, why don't you poka-yoke it? You need to know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's cool. That's I didn't know that. That's new to me. I didn't know that.
Kata, it's the art of practicing a pattern so it becomes second nature, over and over. And we have an in the ditch kata, and it's the in the ditch way. It's our true north. It's who we are. It's our kata.
No other way.
And then when we go outside, I'm going to show you our andon lights, and you're going to love this because I visualize somebody using it in the towing industry. So you're going to see lights all over the place. When your kid is in school, if he's having a trouble in class and he raises his hand, do you want him to get help from the teacher right away?
Yeah.
If he's struggling, do you want him to ask for help?
Yes.
So Toyota, at the Toyota Camry factory, they've been building the Camry for about 50 years. Anybody in the factory can pull the rope and stop the production line.
Really?
Anybody.
If they have a question or if they have a concern.
And Toyota says we need to do that because if we don't stop, we just build defects.
True. Because if someone's too afraid to say, hey, this doesn't seem right, then it doesn't get fixed. Everyone has to speak up.
And when you're building a car every 30 seconds,
true.
That's trouble.
Yeah.
All right.
That's good. I like that.
So there's about 2,000 employees in the Toyota Camry factory. Now they've been doing this for 50 years.
Right.
How many times a day do you think somebody pulls the rope and says, I have a problem? Now it's not always stopping the line. A lot of times it's just, hey, I'm pulling an andon, it's an andon light saying, I need help.
Okay. I'll say 10, but I bet you it's going to blow my mind.
It's going to blow your mind.
Okay.
On average, 15,000 a day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
15,000 a day? I mean, if you look at how many hours in a day, how many minutes you're actually working, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
So they're constantly asking.
But what we're trying to create is an environment of continuous improvement.
Yeah.
And I say we don't have enough problems in business. People they're not stopping every time they see a problem. And problems could be as simple as, so we just did a 25 improvement challenge on Friday. Thursday, everybody had one day, each department, to do 25 improvements in one day.
Nice.
We've done 100 improvement challenges as well. But, tow truck, maybe it's getting access to a credit card or just little bitty things. I wish this was moved here. Or this is
It's all part of lean manufacturing. What can you do to increase efficiency, save time?
Yeah, it's all about just continuous improvement.
Right.
So we have andon lights out in the shop everywhere. And I want you guys to notice. Green means the cell is perfect. So if I'm a student at my desk or I'm rigging a truck down over the embankment, if I had green light on my hard hat, it's telling you I'm good.
Right.
Yellow. If it goes to yellow out here, they have 10 minutes locally to fix the problem. Yellow means, hey, I'm struggling with something. I need a little bit of localized help. If you're in the area, maybe give me a hand, but I'm slowing down for whatever reason. Red means my machine is all stopped. I cannot move forward. So I imagine if you're a tow truck driver and you're over an embankment and you can't hook a chain or something, you could say, I'm all stopped, and it goes to red.
Someone help me, I've got a problem.
And that means we need more help. So we have, within 10 minutes it goes yellow, then it goes to red. At red, the department leader comes over. So first when it goes to yellow, the team leader will come help.
Okay.
Then if they can't solve it, they go to red, then the department lead comes over. And the department lead and the team lead should never solve the problem. They should ask you and teach you how to solve it on your own.
In the future, solve it on your own. Cool.
All right. Then if they can't solve it after 10 minutes, they activate Team Red. And we have 3 people here with red shirts and they rotate.
Wow.
And they all carry cell phones. And when you text Team Red, they're very advanced trained in problem solving. So Toyota teaches us A3 problem solving. We have another method called the 5 whys, where you ask why 5 times to get to the root cause of the problem. So Team Red's going to come in and they're going to say, Dustin, your truck ran out of fuel. Why?
Why? Right. Oh, I don't know. I guess I forgot to fill it.
I forgot to fill it.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Well, because I was up late. Why? Because we didn't have a backup. And then maybe we can get to the real root cause.
To find a solution.
The number one thing here that we've learned from Toyota is that the number one assumption from a manager when there's a problem is never that the employee made the mistake. It should always be there's a flaw in the system that allowed the mistake to occur.
Otherwise you can't improve.
Right. So we would say if you ran out of fuel, well, what flaw in our country repair system allowed this to happen?
True.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Maybe we just don't have a good process for when the truck comes in, it gets fueled before it gets
Absolutely.
parked.
So what can we do so you're more successful, so you don't run into this issue again? What can we do to solve this issue?
Right.
I like it.
But it can't be you telling them.
They need to come up with it so that they know.
Yep, because when you tell somebody what to do, you take away ownership and responsibility of the
True.
situation.
True.
I get wound up on this stuff.
That's
All
good.
right.
I like this one. Hi, whatever. I just like that I accept the challenge.
Look.
I like that.
Toyota.
That one's my favorite on there.
So in the 50s, Toyota had built, and don't hold me to these numbers, but around 4,500 cars in a year in the early 50s.
Okay.
And I believe it was Sakichiro Toyota said, we need to catch Ford and the big three within 7 years. They were producing a Model A in 1929 every 23 seconds, 24 hours a day.
Wow.
So
That's
you're looking
crazy.
at a company that's building 1 million cars a year, and you're doing 4,500, and the owner of the company says we need to catch them in 7 years.
Wow.
The only thing he wanted to hear from you was,
I accept the challenge.
hi, I accept the challenge.
Oh, that's what okay.
And they're going to say that out here.
Wow.
Now, secretly, they go around the corner and go, oh my gosh, how are we going to do it?
Yeah.
But like building a tow truck. You know, we used to take, side puller.
Yeah.
When we started building side pullers, we were around 35 hours to build a side puller.
I've heard this, yeah.
Right now, we're producing one every 4.5 hours.
Wow. That is crazy. For every, what would be the math there? For every 7 or 8 that you used to take to build one, now you're building 7 or 8 in this time. That's crazy.
And less people, and they're
Yeah.
less stressed at the end of the day.
True, yeah.
It's amazing.